Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? So today I was thinking about people who say or keep saying like, I like to change. I don't like who I am, or I don't like to be in this body. I want to change the shape of my body. I want to be fit, or I want financially be more abundant, successful, or like I want to take lessons for fitness, or lessons for drawing, or anything that you wanted to change or try, but they never do, right? I've been there, so I can relate to that. You have so many wants, so many needs, yet you're not really progressing the way you want, and it's always something like coming out of inside. It's like an urge to change, urge to do something, and when you find that urge, it's almost like a burning fire out of your body. Like, this is something I love to do, or I love to be. I can't just let that go. When you have that burning desire, follow it, and it really makes your life much quality-wise better. And those signals or intuition or those messages are the ways to communicate with your higher self, somebody that watching over you and giving you directions, almost like another you watching over you on top of the mountain, so they could see the whole view. And you say you wanted to go over there to cross the bridge, but you're on the ground, so you don't really see the way it goes, because so many obstructions, right? Or trees or buildings or whatever there is. But the person above you are looking from the mountain view, so they could, the person could see everything all at once. So they'll say, oh, turn right, go straight. But you say, no, I want to just turn left because I see something there. And you go against it. And the person above you saying like, okay, I let you be. But listen to me, because I see everything, the whole picture. I know where to go the best. But I let you be. So it's like this, that you have the free will. You have the choice to make in your life. And no matter what the events coming in front of you. And this is something that people cannot force you to be. It's your free will, means you have the choice to go left or right. It doesn't matter. But when you're in tune with yourself, you become aligned to yourself to receive all those messages, intuitions from the above, which is usually the best course of the action. But when you're caught up with the busy life, or all sort of negative thoughts or busy thoughts, you will miss it because you're not really tuned into it. You tend to ignore, or you just don't even notice it's there. So it's very important to listen to what you're feeling. Those burning desire, or those goosebumps when you think about something, or you just have the hunch or gut feeling, right? It's like when you're driving, all of a sudden you feel like, oh, I should slow down. And then if you do, it's like, oh, there's a police car writing tickets. Oh, I'm glad I listened to my voice or intuition, inner voice, right? But I've done this before. Oh, I have to be there in 10 minutes. Just I have to go. And you even speed up. Then boom, I get a ticket. And I thought to myself, like, shoot, I knew it. I should have, followed that intuition, right? Instinct. So we do have that in ourselves. And it's up to you to believe that's true or not, but it really makes sense to listen to those intuition and feelings. It's like something right. You can't really put the finger, in, but something I feel right. Yeah. Those feelings, I really take good care of it. I used to not even notice, or I used to ignore, because I thought what I think in my head is everything. But I start to realize it's not really. And you have just so much capacity in your head to do certain things, but the greater things that happen in your life are done by somebody above. It's just something like you express as a miracle. Like things go boom, 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 boom. Like, oh, why I missed this, say, train? And you feel in here, in your thought, like, oh, should I be late? Like, what do I do? What's my excuses? But when you just let it be, thinking like, oh, it must be a reason why I missed it, then you might think later like, oh, it's a good thing I missed it because there was some sort of traffic jam or traffic stop or whatever, that everything was delayed. So it's a good thing that I didn't take that train, or some sort. Or you run into somebody that you really wanted to see. If you didn't miss that train, you couldn't have seen this person, or something in that sort. Like they're making good adjustments by making you late. And when you think in that way, in a mindset, and things start to really turn out easy way, everything just happens kind of in a puzzle, like one after the other. And you're not really planning every moment of the move, but it just happened to fall right into it. It just flows. You're getting in that flow of the moment. So I think it's very important to feel what you feel, intuitive to what you're really feeling. So when you go back to the base and the topic, if you really wanted to change something in yourself, sometimes you wish it's too big or too scary, so that you prefer to be in this uncomfortable zone, even though you don't like who you are, even though you want to change your financial state, even though you want to change the relationship. But something that's you need to change to become the one that you want it to be are so scary, because it's new, unknown, don't know what's gonna happen. So you rather take this feeling of uncomfortableness and not fulfilled or angry, like it's just not feeling good overall state, because this is where you've been doing this for many years. So it becomes your comfort zone, becomes your, it's just know-it-all place. So although it's not comfortable to you, but in a way it's a comfortable place, because you don't need to do anything. You just need to repeat and repeat and repeat, even though it's a bad cycle. But in order to be there, it's ideal situation, in deep inside that you need to do this leap. You need to do something. You need to take yourself out from this comfortable zone, even though it's uncomfortable, but you feel it's so accustomed to it, so it becomes comfortable zone. And then getting out of part is much scary than being here. So people do unconsciously, not consciously though, unconsciously they invite those shocking events like health problems. You do the surgery, or like something really bad happens to the health, or it's mentally, it's totally crush you, or some sort of relationship trauma, and something like that would happen to just boom, wake you up right up, so that you really come down to the earth and say to yourself like, oh, I really, really desperately need to do something here, because I can't live like this anymore. So you become to the threshold of that's it, like I can't stand this anymore. And then you start taking the actions. And a lot of people like who had health problems say that I really appreciate, the healthy body, right? You hear that often, and they change their diets and how they live their lives, and literally, they change, right, the way they live. And sometimes some people need it, that like a shocking event, wake you right up. But if you notice, you don't have to go yourself to that harsh treatment, because it's a tough one, right? And sometimes people need those experiences to feel and experience what's like, to gain knowledge from that whole experience, right? So it depends, but you really need to understand that some people need that real shock treatment. So no matter what other people are saying, like you need this, you need that, you need to change this and that, it doesn't get to them. I've been there. I've tried so many ways, so many different ways, and I put my heart to it because I see it clearly. You can't go on like this, but they don't see it. They don't hear you even, and they even get annoyed with you, right? So that's something that person has to decide from within. It could be from that shock treatment in life. It could be just they start to listening internally, the internal voice or intuition, or something that they snap out of moment that, okay, I have to do something. And then when you get the momentum going. That's very important, because it's like anything. When you start the engine and go, it takes the most energy. The airplane too. When you become the safe altitude, it's smooth ride. But until then, on the ground in a takeoff, it takes so much energy. Same for running. First 10 minutes, I would say. Even for the athletes, they say the same thing. That's the hardest, because you have to get your engine going. When you get up, especially me, I'm not the morning person, so it's just so hard to get going. But once you get going, it's smooth ride, right? So this initial part is very crucial, and in order to get going, the momentum going, I think it really helps to have someone to push you, encourage you, support you. And that's the best, easiest, quickest way to get where you want to be, because you have someone who knows what's like ahead of your path, because they've seen it, they've done it, they're skilled in that area, they perfected in that area, and they spend their whole life studying that area. But you're not. You haven't had the correct knowledge yet, but you have burning desire. So with that burning desire, you ride on the person's ride with full of knowledge, lifetime experience, lifetime, of course, the knowledge and skills, and you get that firsthand in a condensed way. So that's the coaching or trainers, like supporters, somebody in that field, the expert they spend the whole life in, because you want to become somebody, or you want to be this person, new you, but you cannot possibly learn everything in life. It's just not happening. So you need to pick the expert who has the knowledge already, spend the whole time in a field, and the best advice they could, and they could see your achievements and the things where you need the help the most, because you cannot see your fault easily because you think that's norm, right? But from other person's point of view, oh, your weakness is here, you need to work on that. And he goes like, oh, it's real, yeah, that's true. So it's nice to have the third person to point those things out so you can improve much faster. Because as soon as you know where the trouble, where the things to work on is, you can focus on. Like, you can work on the place where you're already mastered. You just become too easy. It becomes too easy, right? So you need to find somewhere that you need to focus to improve. That can be done by the third person, third eye, with the very specific knowledge and expert eyes. So there are helps out there, and it's good to use those help. And it's another thing that you need to make a huge leap, jump. Maybe it's your time, maybe it's your finance, it's your gut feeling and the encouragement, but it really makes you leap faster. And you could do this all by yourself, and it's so durable, but it takes a longer detour and takes time and money and a confusion. Try to figure out. So it really helps to get the help and admit that you need help. And it's a good thing that for getting a new knowledge, new skills, and there are so many helps out there. It's more like interchangeable. Like, you have your skill set in you. You might not know it yet, but you have something special in you. So you offer that, and you get something back too. That sort of exchange world is gonna be close. I think that everyone has something to offer to fulfill somebody else, and that's how the world works, I think, in the near future. So to know what your strengths are becomes so important, and to make you feel good by doing things that you really wanted to do, improving the health or body fit, finance, any hobbies or making things or cooking, any sort of field. There are no people who are perfect in every field. There are people who are not perfect in every field too. And you're good at one thing, maybe you're not good at one thing either. You're good at one field, but you're not good at the other fields. That's what I mean. So that you always get the help to improve the certain field. And you have one strength. You have it in you. So in order to find out, you need to be centered to yourself. You need to be aligned yourself. You really need to like yourself, and you need to find out who you really are to live yourself. And you can reveal those strength and talent, and that'll be a good place to be. Okay, So have a great day. See you soon.